All right. Welcome, everyone. We are live. I think we are. Seems we are. Thank you so much for joining. Today is Monday. Hope you all had a great weekend. And I noticed today when I got onto the homepage of YouTube that some other company is streaming live today. Apple or some kind of fruit company. So I don't know, I think that it was like 250,000 people or something like that on the stream. So that's probably where everyone's at today. So if you're not here today and you don't join, I understand. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go over all the things that I've kind of talked about to date in terms of figuring out exactly what Pixel is going to do and the direction that I'm taking the company, because it's been a couple weeks, been really busy doing client work, all that kind of stuff, and I really want to take the time to just kind of go back in and just review all the things that need to get done. And then of course I want to put together a schedule of when I'm actually going to do things, because I'm finding that I don't know, there's still a level of uncertainty of I just don't think I have everything quite right yet. And I know things are never going to be quite right, but I still kind of wake up and I'm getting my work done. I'm like, other than the work I have to do for my clients, which is, immaculately laid out, I don't really know yet on the day-to-day what I should be doing for the business and promoting the business. So we're going to work on that today and see if we can't nail this down a little bit better. So where to start? That's kind of the question I'm having right now. And I'll probably take a look at all the different documents that I've been working on. And okay, I got a whole bunch of documents. That will be a good place to start. Yeah, I'm going to open up lots of things here. I got a sales funnel. I got next steps. I got marketing brainstorm stuff. The podcast brainstorm. Oh boy, that's a lot of files. Close that. Sorry, I'm just getting myself organized here. Oh, Steve's coming. Oh, it doesn't want to come. All right. So what's stream number? This is episode 79. So it's been 79 days. So 2 months and a half, almost 3 months. Is it normal to not have things quite nailed down yet? I don't know. I mean, it's not a bad thing in terms of in terms of finances, because I haven't been hurting for clients. In fact, I think I'm at the point now where I can't even take on another client just because I'm so busy. I mean, I guess I could. Obviously, I could, because I'm no stranger to working pretty hard. But I feel like I definitely need more organization. Okay, so let's. How do I work this thing again? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's take a look at this next steps document. Because this is a big one. Okay. Right. Did we talk about niche? I've been thinking a little bit more about this. Yeah, and the videos. Maybe that's just what I need to do. Long form YouTube content and business operations. Personal brand. Right, client to service based. Minimum process time. Oh, this is where I was talking about and thinking about how long it would take per client to do a website, like a minimum. Wait, obviously minimum. And kind of thinking about a price range. So again, I've talked a lot about this before, but I really think that, well, I don't know if I really think this, but I have this feeling that I'm just overthinking things and not just moving forward. But I don't know if there's kind of this feeling that I have of not just quite doing the right thing. So I think it all stems back from, I talked about this quite a while ago, about like, what is your true purpose? Or I don't want to use the word passion because I feel that, I don't know. I just feel that's not necessarily the right word of like follow your passion, because sometimes your passion doesn't always lead you to be able to, earn a living. But I feel like what I'm doing with Pixel isn't necessarily the thing that I want to do. Actually, I know it's not the thing that I want to do like for the rest of my life. Like if I'm designing websites for the rest of my life, that's for me, I'm like no, I don't want to do that. Right. So maybe that's why I'm having such a hard time deciding on how to move forward with something that I know isn't truly it for me. But it also knows that things change as well too. Like if I figure out what is it right now, then maybe in 5 years that will change. But then that's okay. You can always pivot as things go around, as you evolve and grow as a, creative person, a business owner, what have you. Right. Okay. So I kind of forgot about all this stuff, about these videos that I was thinking of. And like these will be like my initial videos. All right. Components. Right. So I know I did start doing live streams on components and building those components. So that was good. And I have this highlighted here. So that's probably, that's probably what I decided on was the way to go. And it still makes sense to me. Although this one is still kind of still in the air. Focus on the technology or the individual. Right. And the idea here is build a web design course that is more on someone who wants to learn how to use Webflow, as opposed to, hey, I'm just a person that wants to make a website for myself. Wow. And then what's the difference there? Right. Focus on making a site for themselves. So somebody that wants to make a website versus someone who wants to become an agency. Like those are two different, you're going to be focused on different skill sets on a course about web design. Right. I think the idea of focusing on the technology is the way to go, which makes sense to me. And this, of course, is something that I'm working on. And it's like, I know like this here, like if I had a membership site, like that would be like amazing. A membership site that could generate enough revenue to keep me going. That would just be phenomenal. And I could have a community, a like-minded community, that we're all moving towards the same goal, all helping each other out. That would be phenomenal. So that's definitely something that I'm going to be working on. So I definitely didn't get onto this step. Which is the exact niche. So for content, initial content, right? Ideas, create the video, illustrate, know what you're doing. Let me, I think I could add a few more of my recent work. So I know for a fact that no one has seen my website and has contacted me through the contact form. Not one yet. Obviously, I haven't been promoting this at all whatsoever, but no one has found it either. So I feel like there's not too much that I can do with trying to keep working and picking away at this website in order to like change the text or change the content without actually first going forth and trying to get new customers through this. Because that could be my problem that I'm thinking of, is wrestling between, should I tweak the content based on, a more specific niche, or should I just run with this that I have now and then worry about trying to change the content based on the response I get from people. So the one thing that I'm thinking about of an exact niche is I've always been around academia, working at the University of Waterloo, Dalhousie University, in and out since I started going to school in 1999. So like over 20 years. And a lot of the websites that I have built in the past have been around education and academia, whether it's for a research group within a university, or like a researcher specifically, or like a conference or some part of research. It's always been websites associated to that. So maybe what I can do is I can niche down even more and specifically design and build websites for people that are in academia or that are science-based. So that could be a way that I could differentiate myself. So someone puts into Google, I want to build a science website or something like that, or a research-based website, whatever, then Pixel could come up. That being said, if I go out and do some marketing and I start emailing or trying to connect with research groups and trying to tell them, hey, I love your research, blah, blah, blah. Just so you know, I'm here available. I do this kind of work. Let me know if you ever have any, have any questions or whatever, if there's any way that I can help you. So if I have that, or if I do that, do I need to change and update the website? I feel like it would be good because it would match what I tell them initially versus what they end up seeing. So, okay. I think what I need to do, and I think this will help me with this stream, is I think I should focus, at least right now, on the live stream anyways, would be putting together the content for these videos and how I'm going to create these videos. Because regardless of the type of websites or work, the creative work that Pixel ends up doing, these things are still going to be relevant. Because these are the things, like having a Pixel, like having a YouTube channel that teaches people, the ins and outs of web design or any kind of creative work, whatever that may be. That's the future of Pixel. Because like I said, I do want to move away at some point between service-based business versus a product-based business. And the way to do that is to showcase your expertise and get people to know who you are, to trust that you know what the hell it is that you're talking about. And then they'll feel comfortable buying from you, like just like anything that you do when you're thinking about buying something. Number one, usually you look at people that you know and that you trust and you ask them for their recommendations. So like, hey, do you know anybody that does XYZ or whatever? So that's one. But number two, if you're just trying to do a Google search or what have you, or looking at other people on YouTube, you listen to their videos and you hear them talking and you see if it sounds like they know what they're talking about, right? As opposed to some people that are just talking, out of their ass or what have you, which I'm not saying that I don't do, maybe every once in a while. But the idea, of course, is to showcase the stuff that I do know and to showcase it well. Yeah. Oh yeah, this will be a very interesting video. Yeah, okay. So what do we have here? Next steps. Select videos, start producing. So I got us to start making this long form content. Okay, do I need to... Do I need to write this down somewhere else to how I'm going to figure this out? Maybe what I could do is just make that, maybe make it in Asana, maybe? I don't know. Okay, what else do I have? So next steps for Pixel, sales funnel. What did I have here for this marketing brainstorm? All right. Next 6 months. Simplify our website to speak to this. Applications only. Ah, hey Charlene, how you doing? Can I bring the comments up? I don't think it's working in here. No. I can't bring my comments up, but thank you so much. Asana is what you're thinking. Great, yeah. That seems good too. Sometimes it's nice. Actually, I know, but my first thought is to just have a pen and paper, but I don't have like an overhead camera, so I could show you my writing. Thank you. I love hearing me work through this. Yeah. I don't know if it's working or struggling at times to get through this. But it really does help for me to talk it through. And believe it or not, even if I'm not here talking in front of a camera, I'm just talking to myself, just trying to work things through. So, as I said, it's a big problem that I have of thinking of a way to go and a direction to go, and then second guessing and triple guessing myself and going back and And yeah, it takes a while. Yeah, we all do the same thing. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. So the question that I have, so I'll ask you this question, Charlene, if you don't mind. So I'm thinking of having Pixel. Where's Pixel? It's putting it up here. Very generic in the sense of who the target audience, right? You know, we build a website for your customers. Who could that be? It could be anybody, right? For businesses. So, and I could probably use a little bit more content here, maybe describing a little bit more what we do. Anyways, should I update this right now? Or again, am I just making busy work and not doing the actual stuff that's going to help me get more customers? Should I update this to say something more of like, we build websites for your science-based technology, or for, you know, your scientists or your researchers, whatever that is? Should I get specific like that, if that's where I want to focus on? Which I think it would, because I mean, I know a lot of my connections are in academia right now. So maybe it makes sense to try to target them. So I don't know. Anybody watching out there, let me know what you think. I'm very curious. Very curious to know what everyone else thinks. Okay. So forgetting about the website right now, and if I'm niching in terms of the content or not, which maybe that could even be done in just half a day of just updating the text a little bit. So I think you could advertise that, but not directly on your website, as to not get other customers. So it's a common thing that I hear. And so the common thing I hear is, well, if you get too specific on your website, you might end up losing customers because they might not resonate with your message. But then the question that I always have, or maybe the pushback a little bit on that concept, is, number one, how many customers do I really need, and would I have? And if I think about how many potential customers there are in at least that space of academia, I mean, at Dalhousie alone, there's like hundreds or thousands of different research groups, times how many universities and colleges in Nova Scotia and all of Canada, and then America, and then the rest of the world. Like, there's so many people. And from what I hear, Pat Flynn talks a lot about this in Smart Passive Income. The riches are in the niches, or niches, whatever, of like, the more narrow you can get to your audience, the easier it is to reach them. And that even though if you think you're going so narrow, you're just so well positioned to meet their needs that like you'll just never run out of customers. So that's the one pushback that I guess I have in my head, that is saying go for it, even though sometimes I'm like, yeah, I want to stay open, especially because I just started. You want to be able to have everybody. Yeah, anyways, so you might lose out on the customer base you don't even realize you love to work with just yet. Right, I see what you mean. Yeah, so that's it's a good point. It is a really good point. The customers that I don't even know, and are those customers specific in niches, or are they just customers in general? Like, I imagine if you have a niche, you can still get a good customer versus a bad customer in that niche, versus whether you're just over the place. So I guess the question that I have, and I don't know the answer to this, is if I do keep the website more generic, does that make me lose customers because they don't know for sure that I could meet their needs, right? Like if it was a construction company, it's like, well, have you done a construction website before? Well, how can you even really help me? Or anything else, or like a doctor's office. Like, you've never done doctor's office's website before. How do you know what my problem is? How can you solve my problem? So, yeah. And this is just, again, me probably just thinking way too much. Overthinking things, as always. And I think you're right. Just go with the flow and then see how things go and then adjust accordingly. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Video content, yeah. Long term versus short term or short form. And of course, with the video content that I will be making, if it's one a week, you can easily cut that up into short form videos. And I am moving along in the podcast just setup. So I actually bought some chairs the other day. So those are going to be delivered in a couple weeks. And this whole place is going to turn up into a podcast studio. So I'm super, super pumped about that. So that's exciting. And that's going to be some other content that I'm going to be able to take and put that into short form content, which is going to be awesome. I'm super pumped about that. Direct communication, right? Okay, so I think I know what we'll do. Let's get Asana open here. Okay. So might be a specific niche, but you haven't worked with that audience yet. Yeah, you could have had some ideal clients to allow them to know what you do at a science conference. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the thing about the ideal clients, like if you look at my work to date, I think all of it right now is in the academic space that's on the website. I haven't updated in a while, but most of it, well, yeah, I would say probably right now 80% of my clients are all in the academic space. Yeah, no, I hear you. Being open to potential clients, it's not a bad idea, not a bad way to go. So I'm just opening up my Asana here. Hang tight for a second. I'm just going to, should I make another project? Maybe this should just be in operations. That's something that's going to happen all the time. Should I go in my marketing? Yeah. Yeah, let's put it there. Okay. Let's go. We're in marketing. We're going to create a new project. Blank project. What are we going to call this? Well, let me zoom in for one thing. I mean, it's just content, right? So, like content schedule. Is that kind of a silly name for a project? Content development, or maybe not so content. Let's maybe be a little specific. Video. Video creation, video content. Sure, video content schedule. I always change that. That's in marketing. Okay, let's open the project. What is this ambassador? Either I'm going to do it or not. It keeps showing up. Think you got what it takes to be our newest Asana ambassador. What does it mean? Gain exclusive access to the ambassador community, tools and resources, community connection, private events, learning. Also, they might help you like, you know, if they're launching any new features, they might invite you into events. Watch previous recorded events and ask questions directly to the team. So maybe it gives you access to people. Swag. Okay, I don't care about that. Enroll today. Complete a short orientation and you'll become... get to become one. Agreement. Legal. Oh my God. Like, do I have to have my lawyer present? What the hell? You indicate you agree to be bound by this agreement. Please read carefully. Asana, the program. Give you the opportunity to obtain specific training and resources to learn about Asana's collaborative work management software. Okay, that's kind of cool. Yeah. We receive certain benefits. Described from time to time on the program guide. Well, where's the program guide? Comply with the brand. Confidential, intellectual property, compliance. You are not required to maintain a website. Okay. However, if you elect to solely responsible for the development, operation, maintenance of. Okay. But what do I? Okay, these are big, bold letters. What the hell? Program are provided as is without warranty. They're like, what am I required to do? Am I required to do anything? I feel like they'll just kind of, if you want to be, what's called ambassador, right? Yeah, you just kind of speak on behalf of Asana, which is, I guess I kind of do now already. All right, let's just see what it is. I guess I could just always opt out if it's not good. I guess, I hope. All right. So what happens? Okay, what the hell? If you authorize Asana Academy, you will give it permission to access your name and email address. Okay, I will allow that. Asana Ambassador Orientation. Are you leading? Blah, blah, blah. 6 lessons, 20 minutes. Okay, can I just bookmark this then? Because Asana Ambassador Enrollment task was created. It's due June 19th. Okay, is this what I have to finish? Maybe I'll just put this in there. Description. Here is the link I was sent to after agreeing to sign up. Academy.asana. It's probably this one. Okay. Okay, so let's close this. You guys don't want to see me go through whatever Asana Ambassador enrollment stuff is. Okay. Back to where we were. Right, what are we doing? We are making a schedule. There was a list that I know for sure we had this. There's a list of like 100 different potential video ideas. We should put that on here. Okay, so should we do this one Kanban style? I feel like maybe we should probably do this one. So we can have different sections for this. Okay, our section is going to be, what are our sections going to be? So let's go a pre-production. Production and post-production. And then I guess finalized or complete, finished, just completed, and then the final one is published. And we should have another one that is in not pre-production, but that's just in like the idea phase, right? So what should that be called? Right, like we're gonna have like there's 7 of these here, so those ones are going to be in that little bucket because there's like ideas that I want to have that are going to be into videos. So that's just like the idea bucket. I don't know. Or just, yeah, I don't know. Episode ideas, not episode. Just video, like theme. No, what's the word? I can't think of it. We'll leave it at video ideas for now. Okay. So what do we have for video ideas? We have, okay, let's do it this way so I can see both at the same time. Video ideas. Does this need to be zoomed in a little more? Maybe a little bit more. Okay, video ideas. We have getting started with Webflow. How to get a website up and running in 1 day with no code or no coding. What makes a successful website? Oh, that's an interesting question. That's a really interesting question. I have to look up when I came up with that. Maybe ChatGPT came up with that. Understanding how to approach web design companies. Right. This one is kind of interesting because it kind of gives you the idea of the video would be to give you information on what kinds of questions you should ask or have ready to be answered, depending what they're going to ask you when you're looking for someone to design your website. Understanding how to approach web design companies. Right. How to approach and prepare for talking with. Yeah, sure. That works. These aren't necessarily what the titles are going to be. That's going to be one thing that I'm going to learn. I think this will be interesting because I've made, I don't know how many YouTube videos I've made now over all the different things that I've done. Hundreds for sure. What's my point here? What was my point? But Mr. Beast talks about this a lot, like talking about like the thumbnails and the title, like how really important it is. And of course the video itself is super important because if you have a good title and thumbnail and people click and then it's just garbage, you're just basically clickbaiting them, they're not going to stick around. So that's not a good strategy. But I've never really paid much attention other than like spending a couple minutes thinking about like a title and then kind of putting on a generic thumbnail. Maybe I did a little bit of work on a thumbnail, but I really haven't taken the time to figure that part of YouTube out. So I think this is going to be a really cool, not experiment, but just living, I guess maybe like a living real-time experiment of constantly creating these videos, figuring out how to make good content that people are going to want to watch, like, from beginning to the end, and then how to combine that with proper thumbnails and titles in order to get really good like watch time, I guess, from the videos and good shareability or what have you of these videos. So I'm looking forward to working on that so we can do it together. And if you're working on videos and you're watching this, or maybe you're watching this in the future and I've already done some of this stuff, so you can come back here and comment and let me know how it went. Why I switched, I didn't spell that right. Why I switched from WordPress to Webflow. Understand the purpose of your website before building. What's the last word? Oh, there's more stuff here. How to get a website up and running with no code, with no coding skills and no money. Oh, I like that. That's even better. No coding skills and no money. Understand the purpose of your website before building and or looking for a designer, developer. And don't build websites for other designers. Right, and that's user first. Okay. I think there's a view where you can show numbers. Oh, I don't know if we want to do that on this one. Okay, so let's just full screen this for a second. So you're going to go up to the top. So if we're going to look at this in like the board view, what is this doing here? Delete. So the idea here is once we get something that we want to work on, right? Whatever, we move it to here into pre-production, so we can kind of see what phase we're in. Now, of course, for the majority of the time, like it's just me that's going to be working on this, at least right now. But when I'm trying to think, when I have a couple other people, or is it even just one other person, let's start with that, on staff helping me out, are there going to be other things that we're going to want to know about the stage of a video, right? So we have just the ideas, and then when we're going to start working on it, we move it into pre-production. And so what if it's finished pre-production, but it's not into production yet, right? Should there be like a middle category, or like an intermediary, or should there be like a tag associated with it? And what I mean by tag is, I mean, you could create effort level. Interesting. You know, if I created trying to think of a custom field, what would I create? Okay, let's think about this for a second. Let's go back to board view. So say I start working on a couple scripts, and I'm working on 2 of them. So generally, what goes into pre-production is getting a script. So you're writing a script, figuring out the shots that you want, figuring out the locations that you want, which is kind of get put into the same category there. And then, well, I mean, I'm pretty simple. I'm not making a full length motion picture. That's pretty much it for what I do. The script and the shot list. And then once that's ready, I mean, should I just drag it into production? Or should I put, like if I drag it here, I'm just wary because I just don't want to make it overly complicated, especially if it's just going to be me at the start. But it's easy for somebody else to run with it as well. Yeah, because it's easy when you're post-production, I'm editing the video, whatever, and then it's ready to go. You just move it to completed. I think what it is just as soon as I'm done for pre-production and I'm ready to shoot. So like I'll wake up in the morning. It's like, okay, what's going on? Or, oh, you know what? Let's put it, let's do this. Let's go We could talk about what is the library again? Hang on. Priority, effort level. Okay, no. If we go status, or maybe like production status, and we could say writing script, because I think maybe writing the script will be the first part, and then do we want to get that detailed? So the other one is like putting together like a shot list, like a shot and location. Yeah, I think so, because you're writing the script, you're just writing the script, right? So you're just putting that together. You're not thinking about shots. You just want to get the story down. And then once that's done, we'll get the like the shots we want, and then the location, and then from there you can just say ready for production. And then once it's ready for production, we'll be able to see it, and then we can just drag it. I wish we could have more colors, and just at least make our own. Okay. So yeah, let's put that in there. And if we go here, so we can just say in this one, our status, we could say this one, I'm just writing the script. And this one could be, no, not a dependency. Ready for production, right? So that way, when I know, I log into my tasks or whatever, and like this one will be assigned to me, I could just wake up and then say like, oh, ready for production, and then it moves in here. And then what I can do, I think also, let's go back here. Oh, it doesn't matter. And when I go here, oh no, I need to do a rule. How do I do a rule? Here we go. Rule. Okay. So task is moved to another project. Right. So when a task is moved to production, I just want to clear this. How can I clear this? It won't let me clear it. Wow. Okay. Can I try a custom rule? When a task is moved to a section, to production, I want to clear or say, yes, this is what I want to do. Clear production status. Boom. Perfect. And then I'll create that rule. So this is ready for production. It goes to production, and then it clears it. Beautiful. Rules are always the best. Almost makes it worth the price. Well, it pretty much does make it worth the price, even though it's expensive. So I want another custom rule. Actually, this one, it doesn't matter. We're going to call this, or what are we going to do? A task is moved from a section, video idea, to a section. Which section? To pre-production. Oh, I already have that. Task is moved to pre-production. We are going to, no, the action, no, another trigger. We are going to set the production status to script writing. So So when I start this one, a rule, writing script, because that's what we're doing as soon as we go to pre-production. Okay. Can I go to my... Let's edit this one. Let's just put completed. And then maybe published. I like blue for this one. And then purple, like the color of pixel when it's published. So a couple more rules, I think, are in order. So add a rule. Task is moved to yeah, just completed. Sorry, going blank there for a second. Task is moved to completed. I am going to no one clear due date. What am I doing? We're gonna set to production status to completed. And when we move it to published, we're going to do a couple things. We are going to set the status to published, and then we are also going to mark it as complete. Right here. Complete task. There we go. I can rename these, eh? Can I edit? Oh. It does have names. Don't need to worry about that. You could rename your rules if you want to within Asana, which is kind of cool, but I don't think I need to worry about that. And it goes to post-production. Let's do one more thing. One more thing. We'll add another one, which will just be editing. Editing on the chopping. What is it? The chopping block? The editing floor. And one more rule. Task is moved to post-production. We are going to set it to editing. There we go. And we should be able to, when we're in here, I guess, filter by production status too. But I wonder if doing something like this... No, I think I like it like this. Okay. And then each one, when it has a due date, the due date will be like when it's going to go like live, right? So if this one's going to go live on this date, this one's going to go live on this date, this one's going to go live on this date, we'll be able to go into calendar view and we should be able to see, yeah, it's taking a little bit of time. Right. You should be able to see like what the publication schedule is going to be. So this is orange. How do you change the color of this? Oh, that's the status. Right. Oh, that's kind of cool. So it'd almost be able to see. Oh, that's cool. You almost be able to see by taking a look at it where everything is at, if you know what the colors are. Okay, that's cool. And I think I'm going to create a project, like a timeline project, where you're going to be able to see everything in the whole company on one timeline, which is really cool. You just basically pull things from other projects. Cool. Okay. So let's go back here. Okay, we need to like basically clear everything. Okay. Clear. Just nothing, because nothing is at this stage yet. I guess we'll have to start writing tomorrow. Or we should start writing. Can't, why wait? Why hold off to tomorrow what you can do today? I don't know where I heard that from somewhere. Okay. Oh, yes, I know what I was looking for. My list of how to get a website up and running in a day with no coding skills and no money. Okay, so let's look at, is Monday the day that we're going to publish? I think Monday is a good day to publish. Now, do we want to publish starting this Monday, or do I want to be a little bit conservative and give myself a little bit of time? Yeah, I want to just say to hell with it. Let's just do this. But I got so much work still to do. Okay, let's start on the 19th. Yeah. Okay. How much work do I have? Oh, I have a lot. But still, I can't let it interfere. I can't let it interfere with the business. I have to make the time for the business. I can't do like client work for 12 hours a day. I just can't. I have to grow the business. Otherwise, there is no business. Okay, so that's the first one. Don't build websites for other designers. Number 2. Okay, so June 19th, June 26th. And the third one, why switch from WordPress to Webflow? Oh, I think that's going to be a good one. Getting started with Webflow. Oh, that's going to be this. Oh God, this could be like a multi video thing. We'll see how long that's going to end up being. So I want to look at my list of all the different, like I made a list of like 100 different video content ideas. Here it is. Yeah. Oh, what's going on there? Okay. I stopped at 70. Okay, I didn't get to 100. How I organize and automate my content creation. Well, this is part of it. Asana's a big part of it. It's just so good to help you keep everything flowing. And I'm going to probably come up with an actual, like how to produce, like I have how-to guide. Yeah, anyways, should I get to that now? No, I'll get to that later. Oh, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to assign these all to me. Actually, if you're in a task, you just hit Tab M and then it'll assign it directly to you. These are some really good ones. Okay, how to get a website up and running in one day. Yeah, don't build why switch for getting started with Webflow. Tips. Okay. I could talk about this one. This is an interesting one. Whoop. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's good to have, yeah. So I'm gonna try to see, maybe almost work in like 1 month blocks where I can figure out what my 4 posts are going to be for the month, and then kind of have the next 4 on deck. Yeah, something like this. The limitations one is kind of a good topic. I think blog style website. So something like this would be really fantastic. Versus, let's build a complete blog style website, and you could start using components and saying like, oh, well, here's components you could use, which makes it go even faster. But not everyone is going to want to use components. With that being said, I don't know if I want to get into that type of post just quite yet. Okay, you know what? Let's see. Okay, let's get one more. Oh, we're talking about ghosts now. This might be interesting. Actually, yeah. Actually, it would be really interesting. Because a lot of people that are looking for someone to do a website, especially if they're a larger organization, which is probably, companies that want to work for that already have a website that might want to refresh, their online presence, or maybe work on a larger branding project, because for whatever reasons they're growing or what have you. They might search for like how to start like a redesign project. How does that look? How does that work? So, and I've been a part of quite a few of them as well too. So I think I have a few things that I could share with that. Okay. So we're going to have those 6. So we'll see how these 4 go, and then we'll decide kind of on the next 4 as we, get closer and closer to, I guess, the begin or the end of June. And we'll start figuring out how to knock out these next blog posts, video posts. Okay, so that's good. I like it. Okay, so what do I want to do? I want to get video content schedule, like red for video. They never have good icons. I don't like these icons, but they don't really show up anywhere. Like hitting your target. Eugh. That looks bad with the red. No. I mean, like a presentation? It's not a presentation, it's a video. A star or a schedule? I just say schedule. Okay, sure. Okay. So I need an icon. Icons. I like to have icons in the names of the project as well as in my section headings. And I don't know how to, like, I don't think there's any other way other than cutting and pasting the icons into there. So I'm getting the icons now and I'm going to cut and paste them. So video ideas. Ideas is like a light bulb going off, right? Right, so I can cut that and then I can just paste it, right? And then I could go back here. So video camera. Okay. So nothing's coming up. So this one here, completed. Actually, we can have this celebration for that one. Completed. And then published. Could just be a calendar, which kind of makes sense. Okay. Pre-production could be just like writing. Production. We're filming. And then post-productions, scissors or cut. Scissors? No scissors? Not a cut of meat. Post-production. What can we have for post-production? Objects. Yeah, doing some settings, controls, levels. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't have to be super fancy as long as it's kind of on point. Ideas. Is there something for like brainstorm? There is a brain. Can I throw that in there? Ugh. Okay, that works. Okay. So if we can go on this board. Okay, and then tomorrow we're going to start writing, and then we could drag them all up to pre-production. Good. I like that. That'll work. Okay, what else do we need to do? Do we have everything figured out? I think we had something where we were thinking about the content of the website, right? But I think we're going to leave that. But we also need to... We also need to find people to email to see if they want our services, right? Or should we not even worry about that right now because I'm so busy? Because I can't even handle another... I can't really... I don't want to handle more work right now that's outside of the stuff that I'm doing for the business. Okay, you know what? Yeah. Focus. Number 1, podcast. Number 2, videos content for Pixel. Number 3, just the client work, I guess, that I'm doing. That's it. That's what we're going to focus on. So simple. Jack be nimble. is that a thing? Jack be quick. Yep. That's it. We're going to end it here. Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it. And tomorrow we're going to get started with, I don't know, storyboarding, wireframing, whatever, writing the script for our YouTube videos. So that'll be fun. So hope to see you there. Until then, have yourself a great evening.